lives. Now, it's been around 7 months since I bought my R53, and the majority of the mods were made by the previous owner. We've got performance mods, handling, brakes, and aesthetics on both the inside and out. And the only mod which admittedly has made a huge difference was a fast road setup that's been put on by Arkham Performance in Eastbourne. Now, this video is all about the performance of the car. Now, it's had a lot done to it, which we'll talk about over the course of the video. And the issue I have is I don't think something is quite right. It's anecdotal, this, because I've not seen any dyno figures or graphs or anything. And I've been told this car's putting out 200, 210 brake horsepower. But I've driven other cars with that sort of power, admittedly not a supercharged R53, so I might be wrong. But yeah, something just doesn't feel quite right. Now, mini tuners, there are quite a few of them across the country. And one of them that the name kept on cropping up, and also friends of mine use, are 1320 Mini. And as the name suggests, they specialise in minis. So I had a chat with the guys there about a month ago, because they are that busy. And we're heading up there today for them to, well, have a look at it and try and work out potentially what's wrong. We've got an AirTech intercooler, an OEM JCW air intake, 440cc injectors, got a cat cam on here as well, Scorpion manifold that's been ported, Scorpion sports cat, Scorpion D-Res exhaust, 17% pulley, Mr. Retro leads, upgraded spark plugs. I think that's it. There's a couple of things, as you can tell. But before we get going, guys, it's free, so click on this subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll be alerted when more videos come out. So yeah, let's head on to 1320 Mini. Let's have a go at this 0 to 60. ASC is off this time. Let's see if we can get a better launch, because it was shocking. And that's better. Let's keep going. Definitely a lot better than before. So 0 to 60 on that was 8.6 ish. Wouldn't say it's fantastic. I think a modern Cooper S is quicker than that. That's like 7. Work is about to begin. We're bringing the Mini inside. We say we, I mean the guys here in 1320. Lots of other Minis around here, so we're going to bring it in and work their magic. We'll have a chat with them, watch what's going on, because I'm probably interested just as much as you are. We've had a nice cup of tea. Everyone's very, very friendly, which is superb. So I'm excited and nervous about what they're going to find here. So we're here with Tom, and we're going to do a leak down test. Well, I say we. I say the guys here. Can you explain sort of what this is and what it's for?
Okay, so leak down test is we're going to get the cylinder that we're checking to TDC, which is top. That means your inlet and exhaust valves are shut, and you'll be able to measure leakage past the rings, past the valves, past the head gasket, all that kind of stuff. On our test, which I haven't got the tool here right now, we're going to aim between about 5 and 15% leak down. Anything more than that, we will start to see issues with a leak down test. So if your header tank was bubbling, the water inside the header tank was bubbling, could be a head gasket problem. If you hear a noise in the intake, your inlet valves are leaking. If you could hear a noise in the exhaust pipes, like air, it'd be your exhaust valves leaking. And if you could hear air in the dipstick, so we pull this out, if we hear air coming out of here or out of the rocker cover, that would be that it's passing past the rings into the sump and then blowing out the breather system or out that. So that's the first job that we'll do today. We've had a little look around it. There's a couple of bits that are a bit weird, but we'll get on with it. So we'll give you the results shortly.
Cool, so there we go, that's the first thing. Make sure the engine is healthy. And then it's on to what, dyno after that?
We're going to check injectors, because apparently these are, what are these,
440 from a
so
can.
what we'll do is we'll flow them. Is this, it's got no injector retaining bolts.
I guess that should have them there.
Well, there's nothing holding the injectors in. There's nothing holding the injector rail in.
Well, that's bad then, isn't it? Lack of attention to detail with that one. Yeah. Well, I said this is going to be warts and all. That is a big wart.
So, wow. You're driving along. Okay, nice.
I think
you can't make it up, can you? You can't make it up.
Dear, there might be much beeping. Going, oh my
Sorry
God.
for the beeps.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Okay.
Shall we call the scrapyard now and go, right, we've got a load of scrap metal we need to get rid of. Now, we said there was a missing bolt. We found one of the missing bolts. It was hidden underneath. Whether it wasn't screwed in properly or wasn't put in, we don't know. But all we know is we found one of them. Where the other one is, whether it's had the same fate or it's disappeared somewhere else in the engine, yeah. We'll get this sorted though. That'll be one job down. Several more to go. So we've got the leak down test device. I'm sure it's got a proper name to it, connected.
Yep. That's good. We've got 8% leak down.
Okay, what's, oh, okay, so it's, okay, yep, so it wants to be right down
disconnect
there.
this.
Yep.
So we adjust this one to be 100. The simplest way to explain it is effectively you have 100 airs going in, and then this measures, and this is only a reference point. So this is feeding the air through this tiny hole. So when combustion happens, it's obviously going to be way more air than we could do. This is just a reference point that you can always come back to.
Yeah.
So 8%. That's cool.
What would you expect if it was new?
If you build a new engine, you'll never get 0 because you have ring gaps, but normally 5 to 10 is all good. Yeah. So I'm cool with that.
So that's the first one. So
that's the first one. So we're going to do it in firing order. 1, 3, 4, 2. So the next one's number 3.
What's the might be obvious? That's
this
stick.
Is a timing pointer. So all we're doing is we're putting it on number 2. It's now on the top of the piston. So we'll take this out. The car's already in gear.
Oh, that makes a difference.
Well, no, we're in gear, so basically we can turn the engine over.
Okay.
So if I do this, wind this in, put this on top. I'm just going to come around where you are and turn the wheel. It's in gear. You can hear. See that at the top?
Yeah.
So now this one's now. So
not quite as healthy then, this one.
Wow, that's still good. Still good. We're still like, what's that, 13?
Yeah.
Cool. There's obviously some problems which we need to rectify.
Yeah.
You're lucky you haven't set on fire.
This was worrying. The fact this is loose. There's 2 bolts.
I've pulled this out now to have a look at it because we're going to check these, but yeah, it's not brilliant, is it?
So check the injector.
We're going to put them on a flow bench.
Oh, okay.
We're going to put them on a flow bench because realistically, can we tune the car if we don't know what size injectors are?
No. do you get so obviously you get Bosch injectors and what's is it just literally a brand and they're all identical?
No. So each injector has different characteristics in flow, impedance, and basically we need to work out if these are what size they are to start with, because obviously we have to scale them. So if we have a guess, Who wants to guess? I
Never
don't want to guess.
As they say, assumptions make an arse out of you and me.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd rather know where we're at. I'd rather know what we're doing. But yeah, we'll get the plugs back in. That's all good.
So you're happy?
I'm happy with this. Yep, I'm happy with this. We've got plenty of oil in it. It's good.
Yeah, I filled that up.
Did you use much oil?
It seems to get through it.
And
but again.
So again, one of my things to do is if you're worried about oil consumption, reset your trip meter with it full, and see how long it takes you to use the first litre. So from this part here down to here is 1 litre.
Okay.
So if you set the trip meter when it's perfect here, see how long it takes on your trip meter to get to the bottom.
There's an ultra gauge in there. Whether that will show you more information.
Well, not even that. So if you use a trip meter on your Speedo, if you get to like 300 miles and it's gone down, you're doing 300 miles to a litre of oil.
What would you expect? Because again, I know they're a bit thirsty, but...
So it depends on application. Honestly, you want to be doing over 1,000 miles per litre. You do not need to be doing... If you're underneath that, you've got problems.
Yeah.
So this is something you can do going forwards. This is where you get to see the flow of them.
So is that the amount that actually comes out? Or
this is just a test. We'll show you how much comes out at different RPM and different duty cycles.
Yep.
So this is basically testing the inductance of the injector. So that's the electronic part inside, the coils. So as you can see, a standard JCW has 7.5. We've got 10, 10. They're all changing. You run this test for 3,000 injections. Warms the injector up nicely to give you a fair test. So, right, flow test. 3 bar, which is your base fuel pressure.
Yeah. Got some numbers.
Got some numbers now, haven't we? So, 64 for the first one, times 6, 384.
It's definitely not 440 then, is it?
No, so this is the
380cc.
380cc is 384.
So you've got a baseline that it is.
71 times 6. 71 times 6. 426cc. They're all level, which is good. Really good.
We haven't done this last one yet.
No,
that's all right.
Yeah.
That's the 550.
There we go. So you got 380, 440, 550.
Yeah. It's quite a big difference, isn't it, with the 550?
Yeah. So if we just look, so we're going on average. So what do we say that was? 426cc, and then 82 times 6, 492. So yeah. There you go.
So you think what they are, what they?
Yeah, I mean they're what they are 426cc. So now we can go into the tune and actually work out how we want to scale them.
Yeah.
Flow looks okay. They're all nice and even, which is good. That's what we want. What you don't want is one obviously being up here and one being down here, because then it's hard to tune. So it's cool. At least we know what we're dealing with now.
Yes, you've got the
426cc. So you want me to check the air filter?
Yeah, so if you check the air filter, because annoyingly, because that's strut brace and I can't get in there without taking half the car apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's upgraded JCW. He's cut a bit out the back.
Okay.
Which
And
I
you know we've got a loose core pack we've got to address
look at
as
this.
well.
And we haven't loosened these. No. Finger tight. Which is
Seems to be the situation with this car.
Everything's loose, or
either you've got crazy vibrations that are loosening everything, or it weren't done up.
And we're saying possibly something wrong.
That's got to be tightened up as well.
Yeah. So in your opinion, is it better to have you get people with like induction, like cone type ones, or is that?
Yeah, I always think a box is good. Like this box here is probably, in my opinion, one of the best ones you can get.
Oh, okay.
So I like the JCW box. Have you never seen the air filter in this end?
No.
There's your green filter.
So is that? Would it normally be a panel in there if it was a standard?
No, this always has like a cone style in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is good. This is why we like this air box, because it obviously has this section here to bolt on and then this bit in here.
Is that particularly dirty, or is that actually?
Nah, that's
okay?
cool.
That's
good.
all right.
Yeah.
And then they've cut out. So what's the purpose of cutting out this?
Well, that's they do a JCW one which has a nice, just for this part here.
Yeah.
Actually come as part of a sound kit from JCW.
Oh, so it just makes a bit more.
Yeah. Cabin noise.
There's plenty of cabin noise going on.
It's been deflapped as well.
Purpose of that, would it, if it had a flat, would it be quieter at lower RPMs and then?
Correct. Yeah.
Noisier?
Yeah. It's good.
Well, that's one positive thing. Car's now on the dyno. Tom's setting it up ready for its first run. So we've done no modification, we've just checked it over. It's looking relatively healthy other than the loose bolts. Martin, what do you think he's hiding? What do you think it's going to make? What's your?
I would say wheel horsepower 168.
Oh, that's low.
What's your?
Well, with the mods it's got, it should make 190, 200.
Should? What do you think it's going to make?
If it's got cat cam 461, well, I don't know. At least the injectors are bolted in now. It should be about 190, but you guys are saying it's not very lively, so I'm still going to say 190 at the wheels.
Oh, there we go.
So
what happens over here?
So right now, what I've got, I bring the car up to 4,000 RPM, and then I press OK, set calibration. So the car's doing 4,000, the dyno is doing 4,000. Make sure the engine's up to temperature, make sure the intake air temperatures aren't too hot, and then we'll run it from 2.5 to about 6,950, which is stock rev meter. We'll start there and we'll go. If I see it going lean, I'll jump out the throttle and we'll sort of analyse what's going on. Yeah, we'll do a couple of runs, we'll get an average and we'll have a look, see what's going on.
Fab.
Good, you excited?
I'm something. Yeah, no, I am. To know, we know the car's not going to fall apart here now.
Yeah.
But we'll see what
we've
numbers.
got a couple of issues on some bolts, and the pillar balls are obviously knackered already, which ain't a good advert for them, are they?
No. We need to obviously.
I mean, with a bit of luck, it'll make 195, 200. Software will be absolutely perfect, and you could be on your way home.
Maybe it might surprise you. It's going to make 250. I don't think it will it? But
we'll have a look.
Let's see what happens. Right, we're all warmed up, ready to go. So look at some numbers.
So we've got 89 degrees on the water, 18 on the air intake, so that's still quite cold. So we should get good numbers. We good?
Yep. There are some numbers. They're not the best numbers. Oh dear. I'll come back to you in a bit.
This is your bypass valve. When you're full throttle, shut like this. and then when you let go of the throttle, it comes open. Now as soon as you go back to full throttle, it should spring shut. But it's not, is it?
No, that's very open.
So what's happened is there's a bit of breakage in here. So that's your problem.
So it's boost pressure in there.
No boost.
No boost. I think the nearest boost is going to be one of the chocolate bars it's had.
Well, what we were just saying, your daily is a hot jazz.
Yeah.
And that feels pretty spicy, does it?
Yeah, in comparison. That's a 1.4, 2009, 120,000 miles. This is quite a high performance, tuned car.
Yeah. Be careful with that jazz.
I will, I might kill myself. It's going to be too much power for one man. What do you think of it, mate? Do you agree? Yeah, he's turning his head away. He agrees completely.
What do you think, Henry? What do you think?
Would you like a Mini?
Do you like this? Do you like this? No?
He's questioning.
No.
So are you making some changes with something? What were you...
Yeah, so all I've done is I've gone in and reset the adaptation. So because the car has had a bad bypass valve, it may learn to fuel differently, and it will have a ton of adaptations to make it run.
So it's intelligent then, so it starts
kind of, yeah. So I've just reset it, so whatever file is in the ECU now, it will run to that.
So it's not a remap, it's just...
No, just resetting.
Factory reset, basically.
Not a factory reset, but just resetting the adaptations that the ECU's made to run in a better way.
Yeah.
So, yep, we're good to go again. Biggest problem now is with reset adaptations, and the car's gone even richer. So now, instead of being like the 10.6s, 10, we're now going into the 9s. So this now 9.8 to 1 AFR, which is far too rich.
Yeah.
Again, you've got the same curve of where they're flat out. Still made 191. So it's made 191 at the wheels, which is... That's what we said, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
So what's the next step then? Do you need to tweak it to
comes down to you. If you want me to remap this car, we'll remap the car.
Yeah.
We won't probably gain much torque down low. We may be able to pick a little bit up the top. But what we will do is save it going 9.7 to 1 rich, which is, yeah, you'll be charged twice in ULEZ if you get caught like that.
I don't like the sound of that, I don't go near London. Let's have a chat and then we'll go from there.
Cool.
Well, there we go. It was all due to a faulty bypass valve causing significant problems with power. We've gone from 120 wheel horsepower up to 192, and that's without a remap. A remap would have been nice because we could have sorted out the car running a bit rich, given us a bit more torque on the upper end. But it saved me £500, which I've put back into the car again to sort out some of the niggles, including replacing the wheel bearing, which was completely knackered. That was really surprising. More importantly, though, than getting the car performance right was the fact the fuel rail was, well, just not bolted in. I've no idea what happened there, but that's done, so it's safe. I know I need new top mounts, but ideally new suspension all round, because it's okay, but it's a bit clunky, and I think there are better options out there for me. Be interesting, what do you guys have on your car? What would you recommend maybe for me? Nothing too expensive, because we all know what money's like at the moment, and this R53 seems to be a bit of a money pit at the moment. But let's go and get Tom and we'll go for a drive. I know the 0 to 60 previously with 120 wheel horsepower was 8.8, so I'm expecting it to be, well, considerably better. And not just that, the overall drivability I'm expecting to be considerably better as well. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. You'll have to tune in to the next episode to find out the new 0 to 60 and my overall driving experience. Hit the subscribe button and notification bell and you'll be alerted when that video comes out. And also, if you go and see 1320 Mini for any changes or upgrades, please tell them I watched Damo's video. I'm afraid you won't get a discount. You may get a cup of tea and some biscuits. It'd just be interesting to know whether you go there. Anyway guys, I'm going to stop waffling. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Comments are always welcome. And remember to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.